It's a most wonderful profession. I wouldn't want to have done anything else, and it's as useful to society as the best that a lawyer can do, the best that a doctor or a teacher can do. There are other kinds of information about people that are off limits for the news and for the media. I want to put those moments back into our discourse.
It's tough, you know. Theaters take 50%, in the US 60, 65% of what's left. Your distributor can take 30, 35% of what's left. You're supposed to pay for prints and advertising and all those costs. And at the end of the day, you might have a bit left.
The cost of the documentary is my time, just like you're sitting here with your camera. I sat on a bench 5 months in Union Square Park, different days of the week with these people, and videotaped probably over, I think, about 60 or 70 hours worth of footage. And I just kind of, you know, scraped it away and made something compelling out of it.
The corporation was distilled from approximately 450 hours of footage. I think that's something that people don't appreciate, is what it takes to go from raw footage to a finished film. There's because people are only used to consuming and being exposed to highly polished work. If a subject just doesn't seem completely compelling to me, I can't figure out why people do films that aren't important. Film subjects that are important, and I look around and I'm so relieved when I see that somebody else has taken it on. I go, oh, good, that's one film I don't have to make.
By the time your film's done, you end up with something completely different because the subject is sometimes found in the process.
That's very true. When I was videotaping Union Square, I had no idea what I was going to get into. I had no clue what I was going to get into when I started videotaping it. I said, let me get a couple guys talk about. I didn't know about their families. I didn't know about how they were making money. I didn't know what they lost. I don't know what.
This is University Place, and right over here is where James used to sleep. He'd sleep right in this doorway here. And this was James' spot, and James would sit here all day and get people to give him money. And he had a couple other spots too, but this is where he slept. And right now James is in jail. If people could see that maybe there's a little bit of a problem and do something about it, I'd be happy to help. Because I was a drug addict myself. I had to quit high school and do all kinds of shit, and there's about 8 months of my life I don't fucking remember. I had the opportunity to give something back, where at a time when I was at my lowest, there was nobody there.
Protect yourself, because there's a lot of thieves out there, and you should have a healthy sense of paranoia because this is reality.
I got a phone call from Bradford Licensing from the president of the company. They're freaking out. A lawyer is threatening to sue my production company.
One friend of mine described being a documentary filmmaker as every day you wake up and you have 500 problems to solve. And once you've started a film, you know, there's all kinds of circumstances that you can't quite anticipate that might throw you off course a bit. I don't know, if you're going to undertake a career as a documentary maker, you know, you have my deepest sympathies. I would do everything I could to dissuade you from it.
So I called Larry Shaw to find out what's going on. I finally spoke with him, and he said, that's my ex-lawyer. He's sniffing money. He hears this multi-million-dollar deal with my images through your company, my company, that we're going to make, and he wants that $575,000 that he claims I owe him. This is the kind of stuff, people smell money, they go crazy. I was trying to do an honest little thing, and now all of a sudden the lawsuit's flying.
What really propagates a film like The Corporation is word of mouth.
Right now it's grassroots marketing. We started running trailers into the theaters in New York and LA. We start there. And then we start the street stuff in a few weeks. We start newspaper ads, posters, wild posters on the streets, stickers. And I got to come down here to Union Square into this park. and educate the people, let the people know that the film is being released.
What do you hope happens when these films are still here and you're not on this earth?
Well, I think that I've thought of this many times, and I'm quite satisfied that they're going to last a long time, at least 500 years. Shakespeare's around it's been around, what, for 300 or 400 years? It's because, and this is not so well known, it's because his plays were historically correct. They weren't simply just works of the imagination. He was very careful to check out his facts. From that point of view, the films will stand up. No one will be able to say 500 years or 1,000 years from now, oh, the guy had it all wrong because he didn't know this or that. You know, these are true and faithful recordings of what took place. If anybody wants to know America, especially in the 60s, just take a look at Salesman. Or if they want to know the 60s better than any other recording, just take a look at 5 years later, at the end of that decade, when the Stones came and at Altamont, everything blew apart with that tragedy that took place there. I don't know of any film that more clearly demonstrates what was really going on at that time. If we remain faithful to it, we have our strongest ally in making a documentary film, and that's reality. There is this expression, bigger than life. Nah, it's nothing bigger than life. Just be faithful to life itself, and you've got the biggest component of it. Nothing bigger than that.
This is Stefan Parnick, KSAN Radio, San Francisco. Well, the Rolling Stones tour of the United States is over. They wound it up with a free concert at the Altamont Speedway for more than 300,000 people. There were 4 births, 4 deaths, and an awful lot of scuffles reported. We've received word that someone was stabbed to death in front of the stage by a member of the Hells Angels. Nothing's confirmed on that. We were there, we didn't see it, but we did see a lot. We want to know now what you saw.